Howdy folks, Zelgrax here, welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. Now, this is not going to be a immense playthrough or anything. We're actually just wrapping up my game as Lippe. Lippe? No. Although technically right now we are actually Revolutionary Westphalia. I should have been able to get Germany as well, but I made a mistake transferring some land and I don't have time to core it before the end of the game. But I wanted to just sort of show the time-lapse and stuff. Because this has been a really... I've just been playing this, offline, obviously. It's been a really fun run. So let's just take a quick glance around. So we are now Revolutionary Westphalia. Oh, Lusatian. What did we do that made them so annoyed? Yeah, stuff and things. Not really sure. We gave them a bunch of land, so I don't know why they're up. Oh, right. We took Erfurt in an attempt to complete the Germany switch, and we failed. Basically, the main objective I was going for here, and we'll come and show that it is complete, is Sitff Upper Lippe. So the goal is to own all of the British Isles. And yeah, I'm just saying my head's not in the way of anything important, just the world map. As Lippe. Now, part of the challenge with this is that Lippe doesn't even exist at the beginning. It's actually Berg that you have to start as, and then release Lippe as a... Like, Lippe has to be released, and then you can play as them, and, you have to switch, and so on and so forth. We also got Live Long and Prosper, which is nice. Grand Duchy, because, of course, when you're in the HRE, you can't be higher than a duchy, but we got, you can see we're stonking now on a development here. Also, you'll note there's no HRE anymore. We took care of that. So not only do we have Westphalian Britain here, we have Revolutionary Westphalia, which is, well, it's all of this. We took over all of Denmark. We ate this a little bit towards the end, just because we could, really. The Ottoman is our ally. If we go to this mode here, oh, that's right. We established a colony here in Colombia. We did have more land up here, but Mexico just absolutely destroyed it. Likewise, we gained some land from our vassalization of Britain. That's right, vassalization of Britain. And Florida just munched it. This is the Empire of Florida, with Emperor Augustus Parker. Not to be confused with the Grand Princedom of Illinois. We had some crazy stuff happen in this one. I don't know if I've seen Illinois form as a country before. Wow, they're at war with Mexico right now. Yeah, nationalist war. California exists as a country. What are they? A kingdom. The Kingdom of California. Florida was a kingdom before it became an empire. We have Revolutionary French Peru, Brazil, and Chile. Were able to get away from, I think they were both Portuguese, which we kind of facilitated. You can see Portugal's been absolutely munched here. Look at Revolutionary France. So that's one of our allies as well. Well, they were for a long time. We recently had some issues. You can see we have vast majority of this sort of Ivory Coast area. Not all of it. Kilbar were a recent pickup just because we needed some friends after we annoyed France, really. What was crazy? I mean, look. This is Russia right here. I've never had a game where Russia was so just destroyed. I mean, look at this. Look at Sibir. It's crazy. And Kamchatkals, I've never seen that big either. Also, this right here is the only one we haven't found on the map, which is kind of annoying. Manchu, this is Korea that spun off. Shun are doing crazy things here with Mongolia. We've got a huge Kazakh. Deccan as the dominant force in India is bizarre. Portuguese Australia is still just Portuguese. Looks like Brunei are taking over here, although the French took some of this, I think, from Portugal in one of those wars. I don't think I've ever seen as powerful a Makassar as well. Kilwa resisted the spread of the Europeans, which is unusual, I think. I mean, there's still some uncolonized provinces even, because I got rid of my colonists ages ago. And as a result, there's 2 here, there's 3 here. Is there anything left over here? No. Yeah, I mean, it's been such a crazy one, but such an enjoyable run. I was concerned that I wasn't going to get it, and we'll see. The spread right at the end was very slow. Let's go ahead, and I mean, we're right at the death here, you can see. But I thought, this is an opportunity to record this. If we just, man, it's chugging a bit. I don't know why. I wanted to show coalition. So yeah, people aren't necessarily happy with us right now in Europe, because we did take a bunch of land here at the end. Really, and I'll tell you why. I wanted this to all be one name. I wanted this to say all Revolutionary Westphalia, and he's refused to. Oh, we have Iceland as well. So let's just let time tick on, because we're right at the end of it. There we go. So we finished on 3-step, 14 prestige, blah 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 blah. But we finished all of this. Land force limit went all the way up to 104. I mean, wait, really? Is that true? That's crazy. It's a decent score. I'm gonna be happy with that. Obviously this was Iron Mode enabled. I didn't realize it got up to 502 troops, to be honest. We still had some overextension at the end there because we were trying to finish up. Didn't quite technically finish out tech. 237 provinces is not bad. I have yet to do like World Conquest or anything like that. So let's show timeline. So, 1444, we were playing as Berg. And Ravensburg or Ravensburg, this is where Lippe begins. So let's just enjoy. I mean, you can see, like, France being so split up these days is kind of crazy. I don't know how fast we need to go for it to really develop. I mean, at this stage, it's probably worth doing, like, early stages. So you can see we did there was some weird issues here as we got, but Lippe's already free at this point. We tried to weaken Berg as much as we could, made allies in the HRE, and tried to establish ourselves. There we go. There's our first big munch there as we start to expand. You can see Muscovy over here growing quite big. Muscovy became a very important ally, except they didn't. Like, I thought they were going to be a good ally. We're still sitting quite small here. Still haven't reached 1,500 yet. There we go. Okay, now that was big because then we started getting coast. And coastline was huge. Let's see, England doing England things. And I mean, it's difficult because, like, obviously, aggressive expansion in the HRE is so hard to manage. So the whole time we're up against it, trying to deal with the aggressive expansion, knowing that we need to grow, trying to balance out our various alliances and making sure. Lübeck got really big there and then ended up getting pushed out of actual Lübeck and pushing over here. It was very strange. Lippe hasn't changed in a while here. I'm going to go up to fast, I think. Yeah, that's better. So you can see Poland, Lithuania haven't yet formed. Denmark just integrated. Okay, let me slow down again. So Denmark integrates Norway. Sweden, I think, got free. I don't know why it's saying revolutionary. I guess that's just their end tag. But so Russia here, I thought, were a good bet. This is at Koyunlu here, being kind of huge. They're obviously going to become Persia. You can see the Ottomans creeping here. Lippe here now growing. Nice. This Russia looks really strong. Right up until the point when it doesn't. You can see they're spreading across, as you would expect. Lippe now. Nice big font. Doing well. Look at Liège. Norway broke free here. thanks to Sweden's independence. Revolutionary Russia looking huge. Well, just Russia. So we're, what, roughly halfway? And Lippe now, look at that. That was a big chunk there taken out, eating a lot of Denmark. And you can see now, so at this stage, let's just slow it right down here. So you have now Lippe. We were allied with Thuringia, constantly taking bites out of Brandenburg, always at war with Bohemia, who took the, they had the, what do you call it? Like the, you know, that thing. They were the emperor. Venice and Tuscany were big allies for us for most of the game. Kind of annoyed them a little bit towards the end. Also, Württemberg and Württemberg were big allies for a long time until we needed their land. Same with Thuringia. We needed their land at the end to get Westphalia. Let's go back to fast. Commonwealth is finally formed. But you can see, look at the Ottomans just creeping in here. And we became allied. There's the Scandinavia flip. Iceland currently independent, now British. The Isles somehow existing temporarily. Lippe growing bigger and bigger. Palatinate just got eaten wholly there, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. That's a lot to eat in such a small space. And then the conquest of Holland, and all of a sudden we have Lippian London. Down here, you see Lippian Congo, Lippian Niger. Yeah, you can see over here. So here we have Florida, which is still a... This is such an... The development over here was crazy. 13 colonies here, still British. Newfoundland, Hollandia. These are not mine. It says they're mine, but that's just because it's a bit confused, like based on the color. You can see, again, more munching through here. Look at Revolutionary Russia, just disappearing. Crazy. Sibir, just going absolutely ham. There's Kamchal, the Kamchadals, going crazy there. Now, I think we're getting towards the point where stuff explodes in the New World. And I strongly facilitated that. With fighting against Portugal when I could. Look how big this snow guy is. Okay, I'm going to pause right here. So here you see a huge amount of Scotland. Part of my goal here was just splitting up Britain as much as I could to make it really hard for them to deal with rebels if they had them. We got them to release Wales, and I think we actually diplo-annexed Wales. Most of the land here hasn't really changed that much. The focus has been here. And thankfully, of course, no aggressive expansion really happening over here. But Great Britain is just a mess. Over here, this was crazy. Hasn't really blown up yet. Let's carry on a little bit. So we're into the last, sort of 50-ish years, 70 years. And I was just concerned. This was so late, this expansion, but we kept just taking bites. Persistent wars with that. For one thing, they had no, it wasn't them. It was Chimicheka or something like that over there. Used them twice to go to war against Great Britain, and then because we had good war score overall, they were very willing to give us British land. So we took advantage of that. We used Liège as a punching bag to take land out of Great Britain. That is a very effective way of doing it, I would say. We haven't seen this. There we go. Boom. Now we have Florida, the country, and Florida. That's what was so weird here. This was Florida, the empire. Not that it was the empire then. And Florida, this was a Spanish colony, or Castilian, because they never even formed Spain. Which was, so there were two Floridas on the map at the same time, which kind of threw me. 60 years remaining, and I was like, man, am I going to have time? I was really concerned about that. Yeah, there you go, Florida. Utterly bonkers. We are about to see the explosion over there in the New World as well. Big chunk here taken out. Wales has been diplo-annexed, and Britain have been forced out of the Great Britain, I suppose, technically. Have been forced out of Great Britain, and they just have holdings here in Ireland proper, Southern Ireland. Here's Illinois suddenly just burst out from Castilian and Louisiana. Florida here just ate everything. The Empire of Florida just went crazy. Look at this. Persia. Is that because they are... I don't know how that says Persia. That's really odd. And I'm still confused about how this Deccan looks like this. You can see revolutionary Russia just shrinking and shrinking. Now, as we get towards the end, we're going to just come in a little bit and just watch the spread of the Ottomans here as they creep up. Commonwealth kept trying to defend people. Okay, here's some battles here. Revolutionary Regensburg went crazy. And then had a punitive war, which was kind of funny. Commonwealth just lost some land there, I think to the Great Horde, which is kind of nuts. You're seeing these little OPMs here being eaten up. Big Ottoman gain there. Lippe got some gains here too, stretching out into Bohemia. I'm getting into the last 20 years. You can see now, Britain wholly owned by Lippe. I think Britain's capital... Oh no, Britain's capital is now up here somewhere. I can't remember which one. One of these. Absolutely crazy. Florida just chomping through Newfoundland and Nova Hollandia. Nothing I could do to help them because I wasn't involved in the war. Mexico has now formed and is eating everything. Cuba sprung out of Caribus. California, I don't know. I think that's Portuguese California or something. I'm surprised this hasn't shown up as Brazil yet. That was very late. I mean, look, we've got, 25 years left? Chile's emerged. Oh, this is just actual Portugal over here, as well as over here. Morocco's about to go ham. If you watch down here, Morocco is about to explode as France decides it's had enough and is going to push into Castile. Ottomans again. This is... Look at this. This is Passau. This is Austrian territory in Ottoman hands, for sure. Lippe then. Boom. Big bite out of Sweden. Ottomans all the way up here now in Liegnitz. I mean, this is... You don't see Ottomans up here very often. Revolutionary Kiev just popped out here. Here's the Lippian Baltic. Look at Tuscany. They did such a good job. Chile, Sicily was doing really well, and then Croatia came in. Morocco just ate a huge chunk here, and France did the same. Look at that. That France. This is now revolutionary France, mind you. They did a great job. Thuringia here getting, I mean, got color issues here, but Thuringia got eaten pretty bad here. I have literally, until this run, never seen revolutionary... Well, Lusatia. I don't know where that came from. They just spawned out of nowhere. I was like, okay. So I vassalized them. As you do. That was... There you go. That's right at the end there. So, right at the end, Westphalia forms. That's the color change. Obviously, it was revolutionary at that time. The revolution was crazy. It was everywhere. And I mean, what a crazy end position. Russia down to just one province. Look at this great horde. Living up to their name. Persia looking pretty good here. Hormuz, very solid. Warsangali. That's a big Warsangali. I mean, it was crazy. I had such fun playing this run. Like I said, I was concerned that I wouldn't get this achievement because I was leaving it so late, but, you know, thanks to the wonders of imperialism and so on, that let me keep taking bites and bites and bites. I'm annoyed because I accidentally gave effort away, and then claimed it back, and you can see working on making it a core, and it was just 9 months too late. If we'd had that, then I would have been also able to get Germany, which is why we're all the way over here in the Commonwealth, because I wanted to form Germany, and I nearly had everything I needed. But yeah, that is the timeline. How do I get out of the timeline? I guess I'll save the game. Well, now it's saying I've got World Discover. Did I actually get that? I don't think I actually got that. I think it's only showing that now because I can see it here. I don't think that counted, sadly. How do I leave the timeline? Do I not anymore? I don't think I do. I think that's it. But yeah, I had so much fun. So yeah, just a little something just to show you kind of what I've been working on outside of other things. Future plans. I do have. I want to do a Netherlands run because I've never really dabbled with that, but I decided it's kind of too similar to this because it's going to be so focused on this area, which is where I spent most of this game. So I'm still trying to decide. There's a lot of achievements I don't have yet. Obviously, I haven't done a World Conquer. So yeah, I don't know yet. I'm gonna ponder it, and just see what kind of appeals, I guess. I haven't done a good Austria run, but again, I mean that's in the same area. So I don't know. I may yet come over. I may do something else over here. Although I did a couple of those not that long ago. I did Cebu, and did the tiger one. I forget its name. And then I also did the I think it was Pandia invasion, like the sort of the reverse, like reverse invasion basically, where you colonize backwards across and have to take areas in Mexico. So yeah, I don't know what's next for me really. Possibly, maybe I do the one where you try to take all of Africa as an African nation. That might be on the ticket, but I'll see. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. What would be a fun run? I've had a blast doing this. So yeah, suggestions for good alternatives. You may or may not see something like this at the end of it. We'll see. For now, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.